everyone, welcome to Agila's Insights, a channel for lifelong learning. Thanks for liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing the channel. Today we will discuss about various schedules in forensic pharmacy. This information on schedules are not only for pharmacy professionals but also for general public. This information is also useful for the graduates who appear for competitive exams like GPAT. We will discuss about each schedules one by one from A to Z. Schedule A relates to the forms and application for the licenses, issue and renewal of licenses for sending memoranda under the Act. It just goes on from Form 1 to 50. For example, Form 1 is related to memorandum to the Central Drugs Laboratory. Form 2, certificate of test or analysis by Central Drugs Laboratory. Form 2A, certificate of test or analysis from the Pharmacopoeia Laboratory for Indian Medicine or Government Analyst. Likewise, it goes on till Form 50. So Form 50, report of test or analysis by approved laboratory. Schedule B is about fees for test or analysis by the Central Drugs Laboratories or State Drug Laboratories. Schedule B1 is about fees for the test or analysis by the Pharmacopoeia Laboratory for Indian Medicine or the Government Analyst. For examples, fees for test and assay of drugs requiring use of animals or microbiological tests and assays or identification tests, etc. Schedule C lists the biological and other special products whose import, sale, distribution and manufacture are governed by special provisions. Examples are sera, solution of serum proteins intended for injection, vaccines for parenteral injections, toxins, antigens, antitoxins. Schedule C1 is about the other special products related to drugs belonging to the digitalis group and preparations containing drugs belonging to the digitalis group not in the form to be administered parenterally. Similarly, ergot and preparations containing ergot not in a form to be administered parenterally. Adrenaline and preparations containing adrenaline not in a form to be administered parenterally. Here one more example, fish liver oil and preparations containing fish liver oil. Schedule D lists the drugs exempted from the provisions of import of drugs, meaning which are used both as articles of foods as well as drugs. Some of the examples are condensed or powdered milk in any form like pure skimmed or malted, fortified with vitamins and minerals. Schedule E lists the poisonous substances under the Ayurvedic, including Siddha and Unani systems of medicines. Examples, so let us see for Ayurveda, the drugs of vegetable origin is Ahipina, except seeds, that is Papaver somniferum, and drugs of animal origin, example Sarpavisha, snake poison. Schedule F is about the requirements for the functioning and operation of blood bank and blood components. Schedule F1, we have 4 parts. Let us see one by one. Part 1 is about the vaccines, provisions applicable to the production of bacterial vaccines. Example, anthrax spore vaccine. Part 2 is about anti-sera, provisions applicable to the production of all sera from living animals. At this point, we should know that anti-sera, there are 3 groups: antitoxic sera, antibacterial sera and antiviral sera. Part 3 is about diagnostic antigens. So provisions applicable to the manufacture and standardization of diagnostic agents. Example, Brucella abortus. Part 4 is about the general provisions of this schedule. That is, for the purpose of this schedule, any test or method of testing described in British Pharmacopoeia shall be deemed to be a method approved by the licensing authority. Schedule F2 is about the standards for surgical dressings. Some examples of surgical dressings are bandage cloth, bleached bandage cloth, rolled bandage, open O bandage, cotton bandage cloth. Schedule F3 is about the standards for umbilical tapes. Examples for umbilical tapes: umbilical polyester tape, umbilical cotton tape. And Schedule FF is about the standards for ophthalmic preparations, for example, ophthalmic solutions and suspensions. Schedule G lists the substances that are to be used only under medical supervision and which are to be labeled accordingly. Examples are chlorothiazide and other derivatives of 1,2,4-benzothiazine and chloropropamide and its salts. Schedule H is about the prescription drugs, that is, the prescription drugs which are sold by retail and only on prescription of registered medical practitioner. Some of the examples are atenolol, acyclovir, abacavir. Schedule J lists the diseases and ailments by whatever name it might be described, which a drug may not purport to prevent or cure or make claims to prevent or cure. So some of the examples in this schedule are AIDS, angina pectoris, appendicitis, arteriosclerosis, baldness, blindness, bronchial asthma. Schedule K lists the drugs which are not sold for medicinal use or for use in the manufacture of medicines, and that each container has to be labeled with the words not for medicinal use. Examples are quinine and other anti-malarial drugs. Schedule L is about good laboratory practices and requirements of premises and equipments. The general requirement: premises, personnel, equipments, chemicals and reagents, good housekeeping and safety. Schedule M is about the good manufacturing practices and requirements of premises, plant and equipment for pharmaceutical products. We have different parts in this and we'll see one by one. Part 1A, specific requirements for manufacture of sterile products, parenteral preparations like SVP and LVP. SVP is small volume parenterals, LVP is large volume parenterals, and sterile ophthalmic preparations. Part 1B is about the specific requirements for manufacture of oral solid dosage forms like tablets and capsules. Part 1C is about the specific requirements for manufacture of oral liquids like syrups, elixirs, emulsions, suspensions. Part 1D is about the specific requirements for manufacture of topical products, that is external preparations like finish, ointment, paste, emulsion, lotion, dusting powder or any electrical products. Part 1E is about the special requirements for manufacture of metered dose inhalers, that is MDI. Special requirements of premises, plant and materials for manufacture of active pharmaceutical ingredient, that is bulk drugs, also comes under Part 1E. Next is Part 2. Part 2 is about the requirements of plant and equipment. Then now we will go to Schedule M1. Good manufacturing practices and requirements of premises, plant and equipment for homeopathic medicines. Schedule M2 is about the requirements of factory premises for manufacture of cosmetics. Now we will go to Schedule M3. Schedule M3 is about QMS. What is QMS? Quality Management System for medical devices and in vitro diagnostics like implantable medical devices. Schedule N is about the list of minimum equipment required for the efficient running of pharmacy. For example, premises, furniture, apparatus, books and other general provisions. Schedule O is about the standards for disinfectant fluids. So we have two parts in this. Part 1 is about the provision applicable to black fluids and white fluids. What are black fluids and white fluids? The disinfectants shall be classified as black fluids and white fluids. What are these black fluids? They are nothing but homogeneous dark brown solution of coal tar acid or any other similar acids derived from petroleum with or without hydrocarbon and or other phenolic compounds and their derivatives and a suitable emulsifier. Now let us see what is meant by white fluids. These are finely dispersed homogeneous white to half white emulsion consisting of coal tar acids or any other similar acids derived from petroleum with or without hydrocarbons and or other phenolic compounds and their derivatives. Now part 2. These are provisions applicable to other disinfectant fluids. Disinfectant fluids which are made with chemicals other than those specified under part 1 of this schedule. Schedule P is about life period of drugs. We have given some of the examples. For example, antibiotic ampicillin. It has to be stored in a cool place for 30 months. And one more example is vitamins, that is thiamine hydrochloride, should be kept in well closed container protected from light in a cool place for 48 months. We have seen schedule P. Now we will see schedule P1. Schedule P1 is about the pack sizes of drugs. Some of the examples are albendazole is in the suspension form and the packing size is 10 ml. And the oral rehydration salt ORS, it is in a powder form and the pack size, it comes in pouches which has to be reconstituted to 1 liter in one pack or in 5 unit dose sachets in one pack. Schedule Q lists the dyes, colors and pigments that are permitted to be used in cosmetics and soap preparations. Example, Guinea green B with the index number 42085. Schedule R gives the standards for condoms made of rubber latex intended for single use and also other mechanical contraceptives like copper T, tubal ring, etc. Now schedule R1 is about the medical devices which conform to Indian standards laid down from time to time by Bureau of Indian Standards. If there are no Bureau of Indian Standards, then it shall conform to international standards like International Organization for Standardization or other international pharmacopoeia standards and such other standards as may be specified for this purpose. Schedule S is about the standards for cosmetics. That is the standards for finished form of the cosmetic preparations like skin powder, toothpaste, skin creams, etc. Schedule T is about the good manufacturing practices for Ayurvedic, Siddha and Unani medicines. A. List of recommended machinery, equipment and minimum manufacturing premises required for manufacture of various categories of Ayurvedic preparations. And B contains the same recommendations but it is for Siddha system of medicines. We have schedule TA. It is nothing but the forms for record of utilization of raw materials for Ayurveda, Siddha and Unani licensed manufacturing units during that particular year. That we call it as a financial year. Schedule U is about the particulars shown in the records. We have three parts in this. Part 1 is about the particulars written in manufacturing records like substances other than parenteral preparations in general and separately for parenteral preparations. Number 2 is for records of raw materials which are used in the preparations. 3 is about particulars to be written in the analytical records. Schedule V is about the standards for patent or proprietary medicines. Schedule W lists the drugs which are to be marketed under generic names only. Schedule X lists the drugs whose import, manufacture, sale, labeling and package are governed by special provisions. Any stereoisomeric form of the substance specified in this schedule, any salt of the substance and preparations containing such substances are also covered by this schedule. Example, amobarbital, glutathione, phenobarbital, amphetamine, meprobamate, etc. Schedule Y is about the requirements and guidelines for the permission to import or manufacture of new drugs for sale or also to undertake clinical trials. This is all about the schedules in pharmacy. Hope you all have understood about the schedules in forensic pharmacy. This will be useful for those who are writing competitive exams like GPAT, NIPER, etc. Definitely, you will